Welcome back to another video, finally. I feel like I can never probably output as much videos as I would like because I'm busy and I have work, so I don't really have time to draw really. Or when I do draw, it's never with the intention of finishing, which is, very bad work ethic. But yeah, I just don't really have the intention to finish what I'm drawing. I just kind of do it for practice or, to loosen my drawing hand, my brain, exercise that muscle a little bit, and also just to get my mind off of things and relax and stuff like that. So yeah, I actually didn't even expect this to turn into something, but yeah, you should be seeing me like loosely rendering the eyes right now, like the pinkish hair, the blob of a braid, etc. And then I was like, oh shoot, I almost cursed. I said, oh shoot, she kind of looks like Makima, and I'm really into Chainsaw Man right now, so I probably was, subconsciously affected or in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, the braid reminded me of Makima, so I was like, you know what, let me turn her into Makima because I've actually always wanted to paint Makima. I really like her character design. I love all of the character designs from Chainsaw Man, to be completely and utterly honest. And I've been wanting to output fan art for Chainsaw Man, so I was like, you know what, let me go for it and practice because I need to get her face down. Yeah, I probably need to draw her a bunch of times just because it looks like her, quote unquote, it looks like her, but I think I still need to pin it down. I need a few more tries to make her actually look like her. She has her features, but it's not her yet, It's not really her in my style yet, so I gotta play around a bit. But yeah, I've honestly, wanted to try creating fan art or producing fan art. Mostly because I've kind of noticed that a lot of artists that do fan art, their improvement is just exponential in comparison to, perhaps another artist that works with, like personal art. I might be biased, to be honest, since I'm mostly exposed to fan artists, but typically when I go down history-wise in the media of someone on Twitter, whenever they get into a series they're very passionate about, their art skills just explode. Like they just get so good. And I think obviously it doesn't have anything to do with the subject matter itself. It's just that their output increases, and in proportion to output, or mileage in proportion to whatever your skill improves as a function of that. So because I like Chainsaw Man, I won't find practicing or drawing to be as much of a chore, so if I were to draw a Chainsaw Man fan art, I'd probably find it a little more enjoyable, and then I wouldn't really be painstakingly trying to improve or testing this skill set or practicing this method on something that I'm not really interested in. So yeah, I just think it'll make me less bored, and it'll make me learn more and improve more because my mileage would be, I'd just be getting a lot more mileage than if I were working on personal art. So yeah, I just said that I'm biased, probably because other people might have a different perspective. Maybe people are more passionate about personal art than fan art. I know there's certain people like that probably. So yeah, just ignore everything I said up till that point, until that amendment of mine. So yeah, which part is this? Oh, I am working with the lighting. Oh my god, her nose pissed me off for quite a bit. I was like, why in the world does it look like that? But then I managed to fix it a little bit, and I managed to do subsurface scattering a little bit, which I was pretty proud of. I'm never really able to get the color right for that. It would always look a bit too orange, I would say, like in contrast with the face. And I never really understood how other people were able to make it look like subsurface scattering without making it look kind of like icky. So I was pretty proud of that. I think the airbrush helped a lot with that because I would try with my regular brush and it wasn't really working. But yeah, I used the overlay layer, if I remember correctly, something like that. I try not to use a lot of layer modes. I typically only work on one layer, and if I'm doing shading or some kind of shadow or light source, I would create a new layer on top If it's a shadow, I would go with multiply, but then I would merge it down with the previous layer, normal layer, and I just work on one layer. Like, I know there's a lot of people that say things like, oh my god, how can you only work on one layer? Dude, how the fuck are you able to work on 20 to 200 layers? My head would explode. Like, I just want everything in one place, and I don't label my layers ever. So I remember I used to work with much more layers when I was younger. Before I adopted a painterly style, or more of a painterly style, I would do cell shading and all that, and it was a headache. I don't know how I even started painting. Kind of came out of nowhere. I probably saw someone that painted digitally, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. And then I switched to that because, oh no, I remember. So essentially, I found line art to be such a pain in the ass. So I was like, dude, like, fuck this shit. And then I just, abandoned the line art, and I just paint on top. So yeah, that's how that happened. I suddenly remembered because it was forever ago. I am old now. Actually, I won't say only, I'm almost 23. But yeah, it's kind of old. In comparison to me being in high school, of course. Okay, so I guess we're nearing towards the end. This should be like the last minute or so. Oh yeah, earlier I was trying to work on her braid. Oof. I need to figure out how to paint braids. Oh my gosh, my head was literally exploding. I had absolutely zero patience for her braid. I couldn't do it. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm hiding her. I'm not gonna work with this right now. And now I'm rendering kind of her shirt. I kind of wanted to make her face the main focus, and her eyes, and the lighting and stuff, the effects. So I didn't really put too much effort into her shirt. I wanted to render her hair a little more, but honestly with the shadow, it just, there would have been not much of a point. But yeah, we're nearing the end now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye!